Hi everyone, Marie here. Today I will be doing my first wrap up in March, but no, that's wrong because it's my last wrap up in February because there's 29 days in February. So this week I read 5 books. So I pretty much read all of the books that I said I was going to read. The first book that I read was A Short Life of Bree Tanner by Stephanie Meyer. I listened to this book over audio through an audiobook. I rated this a 3 out of 5. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't. Okay, it wasn't bad. It wasn't something that I remember. So, I mean, I couldn't even really tell you what it was about now. It That's how memorable it was. But at the time, now the narrator for the audiobook was sounding like she was putting me to sleep, or like she was going to sleep. So maybe that was a big issue for me. Maybe if I did read it, maybe it would be a bit different. But as for the audiobook goes, it was a 3 out of 5 stars. I read Just Right, Here's How by Walter Dean Myers. I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars. I did not enjoy this book. I really pushed myself through it, hoping that it would pick up, but it never did. I didn't find any useful information. This book is for a young adult, and it's supposed to be helping them learn how to write. And I didn't get nothing out of it. Yes, writing's hard. There was an outline for it. The help write, I didn't find it useful. I found it confusing. So I wouldn't recommend this one if you are looking to add something to your own writing. The third book I read this week, I keep saying this month, I think, was A Murder is Announced by Agatha Christie. I did listen to this one on audiobook too. I gave this one a 3 to 5 stars. I've read a few other Agatha Christie's, and I really think I read this one too. And I think this might be my least favorite so far. That's probably why I don't remember really reading it the last time. I think there's just too much to it that it doesn't need to be there, so I got really bored really fast. The narration was okay, so I don't think it was the audiobook format. I think it was just the book itself. The fourth book on my list is The Selection by Kiera Cass. I gave this a 4 to 5 stars. I enjoyed it. Now, if you're looking to read it for something different, then I would say this is not the book for you. But for an entertaining read, it is. It's a dystopian book. The world is set up into what I want to call classes. You have, except for they're numbered, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the higher the number, the better you are, the better job you have, the more money you have, the better you are in society. The prince has to find a princess, and the way they do this is they have a certain group of women, girls from the different sections, and it turns into more of a bachelorette type of thing. They all go to the castle. They all have to be picked and discarded and whatever not. Very predictable book. I knew what was coming before it even came, but it was an enjoyable read. It was just another dystopian book. There's nothing fantastic about it. So like I said, if you're looking for something fantastic that you've never read before, this is not it. This is just another of the same story wrapped in a different bound. And my last book that I did manage to finish was Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I really had trouble getting into this one. I gave it a 4 to 5, and that's because the last half of it I really couldn't put down. It's about a girl and her sister, Kath and Ren, who go off to college. Kath is a really big fangirl of Simon Snow books. I guess they're just kind of like our Harry Potter books. And she writes fan fiction. So the majority of the book is about her writing fan fiction, and of course she finds love herself, or there's family problems that she has to deal with along the way. So it wasn't a bad book. And a lot of people love the book. Maybe it just wasn't for me at that time. I still gave it a 4 to 5 because, like I said, the last going off, I absolutely did love that part, and I ended up crying a bit. So it did pull at my emotional string. So maybe it just took me a while to get into it. So my current reads for this coming week, I have 4 books on my list. One is a rollover from last week. I am still reading The Swan and the Jackal by J.R. Rimurski. It's not that I don't love this book. It's just I read the first 2 in the series back to back, and I read this book at nighttime. So by the time I actually have been going to bed lately, I get a few pages in and then I stop reading. So I think it still might take me a while to read this book. And I think after this one, I might take a break. I was doing the read along for this series, but I can barely get through this book, and I was supposed to have the 3rd and the 4th read for this month. I will also be reading A Winter's Curse by Marie Rakowski, I think. I started reading this one. I'm a few chapters into it. So far, I'm not really enjoying it that much. I'm having a really hard time getting into it. I'm hoping that it picks up. A lot of people like this book. So far, it's not really working for me. I'm also reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, and I'm having the same problem with this one. It's just, I don't know what it is right now. But I need to get this one done because the library wants it back, and I would prefer not to have to renew it again. So I'm also listening to this one on audiobook at the same time, hoping to get it done a little quicker. And we'll see. It's not terrible, but it's not something that I want to keep picking up. My final book for this week will be Winter by Marissa Myers. This one I am looking forward to. I did start it, I got a chapter into it, and I've been trying not to pick it back up because I really want to get the other ones done because the libraries want them back in a couple of days. So I will be reading this one at the same time, and hopefully it doesn't take over the other ones. So that's what my last week looked like and what this week's going to look like. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, if you feel that you have the same feelings that I do. Sometimes I feel like I'm just the lonely one out. Like everybody's like, I love, love, love these books. And I'm like, not so much. But I guess we all have different reading tastes, and at the time you read those things. So yes, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will post all of my social media down below like I always do, just in case you want to chit chat some other way. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!